The question is, if you're getting all into crazy Kimura tricks, you're doing Kimura grips, and you're getting into those scenarios where you have a Kimura but you don't have guard, which can be really bad, but sometimes it can be okay. So they're ending up here, and they have it in the belly, and they know from all these videos, instructionals, that you're supposed to be able to push it in the belly and flip them over. Let's see if that works. No, it didn't. So they're just sitting there, not moving, and you're laying here. You have no real leverage. Think of where all the center of gravity is. It's down here, far end. There's this whole line of them I'm supposed to try to flip over. That's gonna be tough. Having the hand in the belly will help here because that will give you some push up under their gut, but you gotta start threatening some other things or they gotta move. So if someone's just gonna lay there and they don't have their weight on you, then you got all this fun spin around stuff. Instead of flipping them, if they're gonna hunker back and not get tipped over. But if you really are intent on flipping them, it's getting underneath them. And often it's more so because they're gonna be trying to move too. If they run, what do the thing you would do to me? If I just sit here holding on, he's gonna circle my head, pull up a highlight reel move. He's gonna Carlos Newton or Matt Hughes me. So they have that momentum to run, and then that's the time where as they go, you can go under and push. So I have to feel them moving, and I'll turn with them and give them a punch in the gut, down in the belly, and turn over to roll. And then from here, you might scissor and get up. Sometimes this is a bit of a scrambly spot. They might turn back up to their knees real quick, and then it turns into knee under here, get the hook, rock them and take the back. But if you're just laying there and they're just sitting there, there's this long lever with the weight on the far end and you're trying to flip it over from the wrong side. You got a tip here?
Well, the thing is definitely the Kimura, the whole Kimura series, the Kimura trap system. Mm-hmm. It is a system, so it's not, you can't just pound a square into a round hole because that's a move you want to do. So you really want to be able to understand what the system is. There's that, like, the near arm bar, the pusher up. There's, like, the rolling back take when you spin around, and then there's the rollover, and then there's like a few more little tricks in there. But you need to figure out where each one of those reactions is and when to apply it. Mm-hmm. You can't just roll people over all the time, especially, and then like the rollover is probably like the least efficient thing you can do out of all of them, because you're not gonna get, the rollover is really hard to do, especially against somebody bigger than you.
And it's in response to an action they're taking where they're kind of they're initiating and they have pretty good odds still. Yeah. So. And
then the thing too is, like, if that one goes wrong and you're letting somebody circle all the way over, you get an armbar. Mm-hmm. Right? So.
What I would add is, if you want something a little safer, do some stuff from half guard. Like half guard Kimuras and rolling people with butterfly hooks, those are much safer.
Yes.
So if you want to see what that looks like, if we're doing just plain half guard, however you want to do the legs, of sitting up here and doing this, this will happen where you have, I can't get the Kimura anymore and I can't pry it out. Yeah, you can go outside hook in for butterfly, and then you start scooting under and loading them up on top of you. And I'm able to find that angle I need to be under their body, because I can use my butterfly hook to draw them onto me. If I still just lay there with a Kimura grip and try to flip someone over, I'll never get there. I go under, it's still not quite enough. The hook comes in. If they're still down there, this is really heavy, I shift in and you'll feel their weight load up, and then you draw them onto your body and go. So you need tricks to get them onto you, in this case, or in the other case, you gotta wait for them to move over you. But if they're just sitting there and you're just sitting there, you'll stall out unless you know how to switch to the things he said, other movements of spinning to the back or branching into other paths on the system instead of just hoping for that one that's kind of hard if they know it's coming. Hope it helps.